Okay. I'm also going to start recording. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Oh, I can turn it down. Thank God for that. Good evening. My name is Project Legion, and this is our first broadcast. I don't know who's coming. I don't know who's here. And I'm genuinely curious how this is going to go. I'm streaming on TikTok at the same time that I'm streaming on YouTube. If you care to join me on TikTok, it is Project Legion. I am the cute guy. Kinda. Anyway. Today we're going to go ahead and we are going to read a book. Okay, so we're going to read a book called The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. This is an amazing book, incredible story, and has a lot going for it in many ways. We're going to start with the prelude, which takes place in a time outside the book. But then it jumps into the timeline of the book. It is 4 books long. Nope. Camera can't focus. It is 4 books long. And it is... each book is thick. I like them thick. I like my books thick. This is one of my favorite books of all time. So, the other 4 books are Words of Radiance. Again, thick. Oathbringer. And the last one, the most recent one to finalize the story, The Rhythm of War. So that's what we have. All right. Here we go. I am going to do something real quick. I'm going to pull up Google and look at my stream real quick. We're going to reload this and see if everything's going the way that it's supposed to. Oh, it doesn't look like things are going the way they're supposed to. Dang it. That was such a good old intro. Damn it. I have to do that whole thing over again? Maybe? I can't tell. I need to edit this. Or maybe it's not. Maybe I need to go to Project Legion and check to see if I'm streaming, and I streamed that whole thing, and I did. Oh, yay. Okay. Well, that's good. I need to edit this. Or maybe it's not. Maybe I need to go to Project Legion and check to see if I'm streaming, and I streamed that whole thing, and I did. I didn't screw it up. Guys, I'm a crappy YouTuber, okay. So if you decide to hang out, that's great. I need to edit this. I am the only one watching my own stream, and that's okay. Or maybe it's not. Maybe I need to go to subscriber. Who's my subscriber? Oh, I don't know who my subscriber is. Oh, well. Guys, okay. I'm a crappy YouTuber. Okay. All right, that's good. Hang out. That's great. I need to edit this. I am the only one watching my own stream, and that's okay. Or maybe it's not. Maybe I need to go to subscriber. Who's my subscriber? Oh, I don't know who my subscriber is. Oh, well. Calic rounded. Guys, I'm a stone. Oh, yay. Okay. All right, that's good. Hang out. That's great. I need to edit this. I am the only one watching my own stream, and that's or maybe it's maybe I need to go to subscriber. Who's my subscriber? Oh, I don't know who my subscriber is.
Long limbs that spouted from granite
Oh well.
shoulders. The eyes were
Calic round. Oh yay! Okay, all right, that's good. That's great. I need to edit this. I am the only one watching my own stream, and that's or maybe it's maybe I need to go to subscriber. Who's my subscriber? Oh, I don't know who my subscriber is.
Long limbs that spouted from granite
shoulders
before. The eyes were
Calic round. Oh yay! Okay, all right, that's good. That's great. I need to edit this. I am the only one watching my own stream, and that's or maybe it's maybe I need to go to subscriber. Who's my subscriber? Oh, I don't know who my subscriber is.
I do not want to be peeking. The eyes were
Calic round.
Okay, Jessa, see you in a moment.
That's great.
If you're hanging out on TikTok, it's good to have you. If you post something in chat, I appreciate you there. But we'll see about responding.
I don't know who my subscriber is.
I do not want to be peeking.
He
rounded the creature, picking his way more carefully across the battlefield. The plain was a place of misshapen rock and stone, natural pillars rising around him, bodies littering the ground. Few plants lived here. The stone ridges and mounds bore numerous scars. Some were shattered, blasted-out sections where surge binders had fought. Less frequently, he passed cracked, old-shaped hollows where thundercrafts had ripped themselves free of stone to join the fray. Many of the bodies around him were human. Many were not. Blood mixed, red, orange, violet. Though none of the bodies around him stirred, an indistinct haze of sounds hung in the air. Moans of pain, cries of grief. They did not seem like the sounds of victory. Smoke curled from the occasional patches of growth or heaps of burning corpses. Even some sections of rock smoldered. The dust bringers had done their work well. An indistinct haze of sounds hung in the air. Moans of pain, cries of grief. But I survived, Calic thought. Hand to breast as he hastened to the meeting place. I actually survived this time. That was dangerous. When he died, he was sent back. No choice. When he survived the desolation, he was supposed to go back as well. Back to the place that he dreaded. Back to that place of pain and fire. What if he just decided not to go? Perilous thoughts, perhaps traitorous thoughts. He hastened on his way. The place of meeting was in the shadow of a large rock formation, a spire rising into the sky. As always, the 10 of them had decided upon it before the battle. The survivors would make their way here. Oddly, one of the others was waiting for him. Jezreel. Had the other 8 all died? It was possible. The battle had been so furious this time, one of the worst. The enemy was growing increasingly tenacious. But no. Calic frowned as he stepped up to the base of the spire. 7 magnificent swords stood proudly here, driven point first into the stone ground. Each was a masterly work of art, flowing in design, inscribed with glyphs and patterns. He recognized each one. If their masters had died, the blades would have vanished. These blades were weapons of power beyond even shard blades. These were unique, precious. Jezreel stood outside the ring of swords, looking eastward. Jezreel? The figure in white and blue glanced toward him. Even after all these centuries, Jezreel looked young, like a man barely into his 30th year. His short black beard was neatly trimmed, though his once fine clothing was scorched and stained with blood. He folded his arms behind his back as he turned to Calic.
The figure in white and blue glanced toward him.
Alec asked.
Even after all these centuries, Jezreel looked young.
Depart.
Jezreel's
voice was calm.
His short
deep,
black beard was neatly
regal.
trimmed.
Though he hadn't worn a crown in centuries, his royal manner lingered. He always seemed to know what to do. You might call it a miracle. Only one of us died this time.
Depart.
Khaled said. His was the only blade unaccounted for.
Though he hadn't worn a crown in centuries,
he died holding that passage by the northern waterway. Khaled nodded. Town had a tendency to choose seemingly hopeless fights and win them. He also had a tendency to die in the process. He would be back now, in the place where they went between desolations, the place of nightmares.
Yes. He died holding that passage by the northern waterway.
Did
Khaled nodded.
Did Jessa make it over to YouTube?
Had a tendency to choose seemingly hopeless fights.
Yep, Jessa made it over to YouTube. Yay!
He also had a tendency to die in the process.
I have 2 people watching
He would be
me
back now, in the place where they went between
and a lily in the background.
The place.
A lily butt, anyway.
He died holding that passage by the northern waterway. Did Jessa make it over to YouTube?
Okay.
Yep, Jessa made it over to YouTube. Yay! I have 2 people watching.
We're gonna have to find a better way to stream, I
and a
think.
lily in the background.
Because
anyway,
this doesn't look the best right now. We'll see what happens. I'll try to figure it out. Sorry, it isn't perfect.
Did Jessa make it over to YouTube? Okay. Yep. Jessa made it over to YouTube. Yay!
Khaled found himself
find a
shaking.
better way to stream.
When had he become so weak?
Because anyway, this doesn't look the best right now.
I can't return this time.
I'll try to figure it out.
Khaled whispered the words, stepping up and gripping the other man's arm. I can't.
Okay. Yep. Jessa made it over to YouTube.
Khaled felt something within him break at the admission. How long had it been? Centuries, perhaps millennia of torture? It was so hard to keep track. Those fires, those hooks, digging into his flesh anew each day, searing the skin off his arm, then burning the fat, then driving to the bone. He could smell it. Almighty, he could smell it.
How long had it been? Centuries, perhaps
Leave your sword,
of torture?
Jezreel said.
It was so hard to keep track.
Jezreel nodded to the ring of weapons.
Into his flesh anew
I was chosen to wait for you.
The skin off his arm,
We weren't certain if you had survived.
To the bone.
He
could smell it.
A decision has been made.
He could smell it.
It's time for the oath pact to end.
Leave your sword.
Khaled felt a sharp stab of horror.
It was so hard to keep track.
What will we do?
Jezreel nodded to the ring of weapons.
Ishar believes that so long as there is one of us still bound to the oath pact, it may be enough. There is a chance we might end the cycle of desolations.
A decision has been made.
Khaled looked into the immortal king's eyes. Black smoke rose from a small patch of their to their left. Groans of dying haunted. Groans of the dying haunted them from behind. There, in Jezreel's eyes, Khaled saw anguish and grief, perhaps even cowardice. This was a man hanging from a cliff by a thread. Almighty above.
Groans of dying
haunted
groans of the dying haunted them from behind.
They all were.
There, in Jezreel's eyes,
Khaled turned and walked to the side where a low ridge overlooked part of the battlefield. There were so many corpses, and among them walked the living. Men in primitive wraps, carrying spears, topped by bronze heads. Juxtaposed between them were others in gleaming plate armor. One group walked past, 4 men in their ragged tan skins or shoddy leather joining a powerful figure in beautiful silver plate. Amazingly intricate. Such a contrast.
By bronze heads.
Jezrien stepped up beside him.
Them were others in gleaming plate
They see you as
one group walked past,
Calic
men
whispered.
in their ragged tan
They rely
skins or
upon
shoddy
us,
leather
Jezrien.
joining a powerful figure
all that
in
they
beautiful
have.
silver plate.
They have radiance. That will be enough.
Such a contrast.
Calic shook his head.
He will not
Jezrien
remain bound
stepped up
by this.
beside him.
The enemy, he will find a way around this test, and you know he will.
Perhaps. The King of Heralds offered no further explanation.
And town?
Calic asked, the flesh burning, the fires, the pain over and over and over.
He will not remain bound by this.
Better that one should suffer than 10, Jezrien whispered. He seemed so cold, like a shadow caused by heat and light falling on someone honorable and true, casting his black imitation behind. Jezrien walked to the ring of swords, his own blade formed in his hands. Appearing from mist, wet with condensation, it has been decided.
Like a shadow caused by heat and light falling on someone honorable and true, casting his black imitation behind.
It has been decided, Calic. We will go our ways, and we will not seek out one another. Our blades must be left. The oath pact ends now. He lifted his sword and rammed it into the stone with the other 7. Jezrien hesitated, looking at the sword, then bowed his head and turned away, as if ashamed.
We will go our ways, and we will not
chose this burden willingly.
One another.
Well, we could choose to drop it if we wish.
He lifted his sword and rammed it into the stone with the other 7. Jezrien hesitated, looking at the sword.
Sorry, I'm getting names messed up. Oh, Jesse, you're back. There's a delayed echo. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I think I know why.
Jezrien hesitated, looking at the sword. Sorry, I'm getting names messed up. Oh, Jesse, you're back.
Jessa, do you want to try to go back again for me? I'm sorry. I don't know if you're still there or not. Damn. This entire thing is worthless. I'm going to get off for the night, guys. That's a real big disappointment for me. I was hoping this would be the stream that things went well on, and it didn't. So I'm going to stop there. I'm going to you know what? Yeah. I'm going to finish the chapter, but then I'm done. Maybe this will be salvageable. I'll take a look later. What do we tell the people?
What do we tell the people, Jezrien?
No, that's wrong. No, that's right. Calic asked.
What will they say this day?
It's simple, Jezrien said, walking away. We tell them that they finally won. It's an easy enough lie. Who knows? Maybe it will turn out to be true. Calic watched Jezrien depart across the burned landscape. Finally, he summoned his own blade and slammed it into the stone beside the other 8. He turned and walked in the direction opposite from Jezrien, and yet he could not help glancing back at the ring of swords and the single open spot. The place where the 10th sword should have gone, the one of them who was lost, the one they had abandoned for forgive us, Calic thought, then left. So that's the foreword. I need a bookmark. I'm going to stop streaming now, and I'm going to stop recording now, and I'm going to go ahead and get off for now. Thank you, Jessa, for testing for me. I really appreciate you more than you